Cinco Ranch is the best master plan community in Katy, Texas, but if you don't know these few things, you're gonna hate living here. Howdy friends, my name is Paul Holub with Traditions Realty, and let's start off with some reasons that make Cinco the best neighborhood in Katy. All right, let me dive into the first reason that makes it the best. First off, you have to know that Cinco Ranch is a Spanish word for 5 ranch.
El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
And it has a fascinating history going all the way back to the Republic of Texas. Basically, 5 families got together and purchased the land, and that's why it's called Cinco Ranch. It was eventually sold in the 80s to the developer, and they started developing Cinco in the 80s. And one thing that made Cinco Ranch amazing is that Katy was growing and was kind of a small town growing to a suburb. And it was really that Cinco Ranch coming in and developing such a beautiful and amazing master plan community that more developers came in, more builders, and it really made kind of put Katy on the map as a place where people wanted to go and move. And that helped other great families and people move here, and then the schools got better. So it really kind of compounded into a great place to live, and it started somewhat with Cinco Ranch. The second reason is related to the homes here in Cinco Ranch. Now there's over 12,000 single family houses available here in Cinco. And they range from your entry level $300,000 home all the way to your custom luxury, $2 million plus. And so that's the nice thing. It's not just one price point or that, there's a home here in Cinco Ranch for pretty much everybody. Oh, and if you're thinking about moving here to Cinco Ranch or Katy, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you find your next house here, whether you're looking to buy or rent. Call or text me right now. I'd be honored to help you through that journey.
So quick look at the maps where Cinco Ranch is located. This is downtown Houston right there. Galleria is right here. Entry corridor, kind of right over there. And then Cinco Ranch is kind of right over here. And then all of Katy, let me see if we can change that color here. All of Katy is kind of right over here. So here is a map of Cinco Ranch, and as you can see, it's quite massive. All 8,100 acres here in this general outline that I did. And so you can see it is cut right in between by Grand Parkway, so it has great access to the highways. And it's just north of West Park Tollway, so again, great access for most of the highways. And it's all in Katy ISD, so that's very important. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. And if you need to commute to the Galleria or downtown, you're wondering about commute times, here's kind of a rough estimate. So if you're coming from Grand Parkway to Grand Parkway and I-10 going to the Galleria is about 40 minutes. To downtown it's about 50 minutes. And if you're over here at West Park to Galleria, it's about 37 minutes. And then West Park to downtown is about 47 minutes.
And if you'd like a more detailed dive into Cinco Ranch, check out this video here where I'll go into the luxury neighborhoods, the affordable neighborhoods, different areas of Cinco, so you get a better idea of where it's all laid out. So everybody asking, hey, when is this going to get to the reason why I may hate living in Cinco Ranch?
We're waiting.
And I promise I will, but I want to go over into the fourth reason, and it's actually one of the reasons why most people move to Katy in the first place. And that's because the schools are so highly rated. And so not only does Katy have one of the best school districts in around the Houston area, and if not in the States, the schools that Cinco Ranch is zoned to are kind of like the best of the best within Katy. And so it's a great opportunity to buy, and for the most part know that you're gonna be zoned to a really highly rated school. So you can see them here on the screen. These are some of the higher rated high schools that people are zoned to here in Cinco Ranch. And so definitely do your own due diligence, see which is a good fit for you. But the fourth reason is that Cinco Ranch is zoned to some of the best schools in Katy. All right, so this next reason is, what my clients want. They want something a little bit more. So not only are the schools great and the houses are awesome and location's good, but people want to be enjoy living in the neighborhood, feel connected to it. And so the amenities here in Cinco Ranch, are really top notch. They have 11 pools, walking trails, lakes. There's a golf course in here. It's a public Cinco Ranch golf course. And they also have two really cool pools. One's the beach club. It's got a sandy access, so you can, play in the sand and, then go swimming. There's no waves. It's not like a wave pool, but it's pretty cool. Also, there's a water park. We call it the water park, and it's right behind me. It's winter, so it doesn't look super beautiful right now, but during the summer, there's people here all the time. They have tons of things to do, slides and events throughout the summer. So the amenities here are great, but not only that, there's an opportunity really to meet your neighbor with food truck Fridays and things they do for Christmas and 4th of July and so forth. So it's not just, hey, this is where I live and I go to work and come home. You have the opportunity to make friends, meet your neighbor, really feel connected to the community. Now, it's obviously something you have to work toward, you know, put yourself out there, meet people. It doesn't happen just naturally, but you have that opportunity to really get to make friends and feel more part of the community. So the fifth reason Cinco is the best is that it has a ton of great amenities. It gives you the opportunity to really feel connected to the community. And number 6, check out all these great things you can do in and around Katy. Fifth reason is that Cinco Ranch has pretty much everything you need here in the Katy area, so you don't really have to drive in downtown Houston, just catching a ball game or going to work. For this next reason, I have clients moving to Katy all the time, and sometimes I have clients that have never been to Houston or Katy, and so I'm always looking for a safe recommendation for, hey, you need to look in this area. And normally I'll say, hey, if you buy south of I-10, generally you're gonna be okay 70-75% of the time. Now there's some great neighborhoods north of I-10, and I've covered them on my channel, so be sure to subscribe. But I'm just generally speaking, like south of I-10, good schools, it's hard to go wrong. But I feel like when I recommend Cinco Ranch, like 95% of the time, it's a safe and easy recommendation.
60% of the time, it works every time.
So the seventh reason why Cinco Ranch is the best is because it's just an easy recommendation. It's a great place where 95% of the time, people are gonna love living in Cinco Ranch. But there's always those 5% of people that probably will just hate living here. And so you have to know these things about it, or else you'll be in the 5%. Challenge number 1, traffic stinks. I mean, it takes a while to get out here to Cinco Ranch in the newest sections. So just plan on it taking a while. And also they're redoing Grand Parkway right now. It's expanding it, which is great, but it's gonna take a while for it to get better. So number 1 is traffic. Number 2, flooding. Few parts of Cinco Ranch, just a couple areas did flood during Hurricane Harvey in 2017. So definitely check out that map. I'll go over the location of where those homes are, and always definitely need to check flood zones. Challenge number 3, the HOA is incredibly overbearing. So if you have a little bit of a mildew on the exterior brick, or if you have some grass growing in the cracks of the sidewalk or driveway, you're gonna get a letter. So it's a bit over the top. Number 4, competition. So the competition in the schools and sports is incredibly high. You have to specialize in your sport pretty early on, really focus on that to really have a chance to even play in high school. And academics are very rigorous and very challenging to get in the top 10%. So just know the competition is very fierce. Number 5 is that some people just don't like living in the suburbs. You know, Cinco Ranch is great, but it's a little bit slower pace of life, you know? So some people like the hustle and bustle of the inner city. If you do, I recommend living close to the Loop. If you still don't want the suburbs, but then don't want to live in the Loop and all that, I have some other neighborhoods that kind of have a nice hybrid of both. Good neighborhood feel, but you're close to all the great amenities that Houston has to offer. So number 5 is people don't like living in the suburbs, which I get. 6th thing that people don't like about Cinco Ranch is that there are no new homes. The last home built in Cinco Ranch was in 2019. So if you want a new house, you have to look in a different neighborhood. I've got the video for you, so check out this video next to learn about the best neighborhood for new homes.